You've only got one flash to try and take this back from him, so a deep contact might be the play, but Lucky's taking a headshot immediately. Trades it good for Joda. Keeps the action going. 2 is all he's good for, but Youngster's been given time and space to wrap backwards into short, and with that, get a good peek, but no ecstasies. A deep flashbang out towards B. Ramp could be the end of these two players, but the problem is where the bomb is planted. xCloud fully blinded up. That's a 5-second flashbang. LNZ's trying to fight back. Looks for the duels. Will find the headshot as well, taking down Gravity in the process. Sangal take it home. At the same time, for 3D Max, if they're able to find these aggressive players, that'd be big. Flashbang is good on the Youngster, keeps him away, and now Sammy in a one-on-one. It's a fair fight, but Gravity's the one who comes through and tips the scales. Youngster now comes back over, found out. The MP9's now doing what we were worried about in the previous round. 3-on-2 with rifles recoverable, but xCloud might be the savior once again. A little bit disastrous now. They can smoke off CT, get the bomb plant in. Bomb there, just make sure that... Oh, never mind. They were...
But Sangal are sending it. They're getting aggressive in through mid. xCloud taking that fight initially, but there is no one close enough to trade, so he can get out. And Maka even taking up Mantle in towards mid. He'll get his one, and he'll be fragged right back. But this timing on the smoke, Youngster just creeps right through, back to 3-on-3.
The deep CT smoke means that Youngster wants to try and fight. He should know this as well. Joko turns away, and Lucky's fallen as well. That should be the end of the round. Ecstasy close by. Adjustment not there from Sammy. And now Ecstasy's trying to push forward. It's really a one-on-one. Youngster can clear it out. And yep, LNZ's flank now comes into play.
Or sorry, xCloud on that initial mid control. You know, they weren't. There was a little bit of hesitation. You know, they weren't swinging together. They were kind of keep tabs on each other, but it's just a complete slaughterhouse over at Cheetah, and they are just waiting for him to creep through this smoke. And the first duel is free, but Sammy gets off of the plant. Not the most conducive to AWPs. They are running in as packs, and they are finding frags just straight into the B play. And Youngster maintaining his flight path, but the flash is great. Gravity swinging out wide, and he gets that double. But Youngster's already permeated so far into spawn, and even though Exorcist was ready, overrun. The shadow advantage here for LNZ, but Maka has continued to fight forward on this bomb site. This has been all over the shop. It's flanks on flanks and just out positioning one another.
Charging into an MP9, that's never fun. At the same time, Ecstasy has met his demise, and Youngster introduces Lucky to the same fate. Joko, okay. Oh well.
They had more than enough time to get that planted. They wanted to make sure they had enough time, and by the time they start moving in,
have I missed something? Is Ancient an anti-op map now? Gravity in the meanwhile does find LNZ, and now what is going to be a fast A play is being lined up by XSCs for what could have been a multi, but the nade popping open the smoke for Sammy to find that quick frag. Now Sammy goes ahead, gets another one. Lucky left alone, and alone he will at least find one. Second could have been, but can't get the headshot, so Sammy stays alive. Bomb is planted. And right with that, Sammy reminds me, Ancient is not an anti-op map.
It's not that you can't. It's, are you willing? And do you think it's going to win you rounds? Because this is the thing, you know, when we see games start like this, and it's not uncommon sometimes to see them want to play into a faster pace, you know, meet the aggression kind of head on and get into the thick of it, and rifles are much better at doing that than AWPs are. But when it's not been working...
Also, like, one of the strongest things you could do on Ancient is just to put the AWP in A and let the rifles go aggressive everywhere else.
Yeah, Maka not feeling it at the moment. Careful about 3D Max and the capabilities they have, but Sangal are showing these riflers that can frequently find multi-kills, and 3D Max have found many of their own match to go.
Yeah.
Wax is careful about 3D Max and the capabilities they have, but Sangal are showing exactly what we were talking about as well. You know, this explosive tendencies, these riflers that can frequently find multi-kills, and 3D Max have found many of their own, but out of the Gravity, Maka will retake that position and bring it back to 3-on-3, so this is still contestable, but...
First, xFlan looked like a bit of a 4-3 over there as well, and with Joda's demise, 3D Max should put themselves on the board for the first time.
An anti-flank position. First round for 3D Max. It comes into the late round. Sangal trying to get control of the territories that have been there hallmark the whole time, but they're getting shot through all of the smokes. it doesn't matter which way you go. You just can't emerge out of this util. Sangal getting completely stuffed.
I didn't realize that was an option, Gravity, but LNZ is now all alone. Will at least find one. Turns away, not expecting the second. Unwilling to move through the smoke. Will just dissipate it initially to try and catch a timing for the players to come through. Will not be able to do so. Now Gravity has to be careful in this position. Can't see the shadow initially, so he's only good for one. And Joko as well, almost getting caught out. Given a chance to reload, but not any more than that. In the meanwhile, LNZ hits the nastiest shot you're going to see coming in. Quick little peek in from Cheetah. Maka is not ready for it at all. And with that, 3D Max have rediscovered the firepower of Sangal. Oh, Nate's well placed on the LNZ. Puts him into one-ding territory. Not that it was needed. Gravity shot out 17 bullets regardless. Hit a little bit different when you're able to get the spray off. It's so much fun. But XSEs is now trying to cut down the fun of Sangal. They're pushing through smokes into 5-on-3. Now Sangal unlikely to find much more as the CTs are pushing through their own smokes and getting strangely elevated positions. It's only the two left now. Sangal trying to fight back. XSEs will be repositioning behind the big box. Not to be expected. Both players looking away. Joda likely to just fall down soon after. And if XSEs doesn't peek now, it might be a little bit too late. Still, finds Sami. Joda's last one left alive. 9-3. Sangal Esports put themselves in a great winning ways. However, can they continue it in the second half? We'll find out after a break.
Did set out a win condition for Sangal, and right now they are flourishing in the fighting with some difficulty, but they have continued to persevere. LNZ will have some support of the dualies. Xfloud was there for the reclear in mid, but it'll come down to a 1-on-2. The initial fights were pretty advantageous for Sangal.
Do just want to smoke it off and stick the defuse. That is certainly a possibility. Maka will have to try and catch these two players coming in. Dualies are good for the angle, but only if you can find a kill with them. Xfloud shows us why Maka can't. He might end up being taken down. Gravity finds him on the jiggle. Was going pretty deep for that. Xfloud in the meanwhile is next to fall. Gravity continues his being good about flashing up the triangles as well. Sami gets the adjustment though. Gravity not ready for it.
And he gets here in time. Full clear. Youngster getting aggressive in towards Cheetah, but Sami very loud about his rotate.
Xfloud's in a really good position to swing out once Joko's thrown out the smoke. Joko, though, is watching for that after he's used his utility. Knew that was an option, but knowledge in this case is very much not power. All now coming down towards Joda with the MP9. Picks up Exorcist as well, and this round has fallen apart. Aggressive flash overhead for Youngster. Will be helping Joda as well. Joda, though, can't find the kill. It's a headshot through the wall, and Joko's already in the site. Sami trades. Sami covering off the angle so the teams can't progress forward. Joda now finds his frag finally. If there's a flashbang, that would be quite helpful. Shadow visible, but Gravity goes a little bit prematurely. This could go terribly for them. LNZ now looking away. Xfloud's demise actually is LNZ space to come in for both, and with that, Sangal can get the defuse. A great showing. And Xfloud in the meanwhile, that is again a little bit premature, guys, but hey, if you're feeling worried, you're feeling worried. Joda comes in, assuages those concerns, and now with Xfloud's involvement and Youngster rotating in, it's only XSEs left. A 1-on-3, and it doesn't feel like he's going to be able to offer up anything in this attempt. Flashbang can be dodged. Youngster waits it out, and with that, 13 found for Sangal. They take Ancient and make it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, well, starts off poorly for Joda, but Sami's still fighting over it long and continuing to refight into it. This time Maka was ready for the reface.
3D Max should be falling with at least one, make it a 3v3. Xfloud gets a chance, but he can't actually land the shot until a little while later on. Meanwhile, the T's are regrouping back at long. Lucky's position known, but he gets nothing from it. Gravity and XSEs now having to do the heavy lifting, and you've got a player inside pit already. Probably want to try and run him down. Youngster is getting aggressive because of that. Knows where XSEs is. Long range headshot doesn't actually deliver the kill. That's the problem with that range.
But these are the concessions that we were kind of trying to highlight. You know, when we end up in these situations, a minute left and there's territory for the T's, this is where you can start to think about strategy, but they don't have smokes to really think about too many options or variants.
Good flush out for LNZ at least. In the meanwhile, the problem might end up being Joda. He's getting aggressive in from long, and he's going to be able to give information soon if he goes fast, and Xfloud is proving to be very difficult for the Joda flank to come into play and get an advantage that way. All Samy's doing is making sure they have to go funneled back into the farmers. Samy now needs to take the duo, gets it as well, and Joda's doubled up with the farmers in the meanwhile. Now Gravity is just
so fearless when AWPs start coming out.
Will they start coming out though? That's the question. Lucky in the meanwhile though, good for 2 kills. And if they can find a quick one on Sammy, there's a world where maybe a ball can be planted, but Ecstasy's flashed up and taken down. Sammy looking very good. Oh, Nate, so good. Youngster needs to be careful though. Doesn't have his gun in his hand and even pulls out the knife after the smoke. Ecstasy gets that one as free as can be, and LNZ is no different. Xcloud, the only one able to actually get a kill and not just break blood, but Maka still.
You should be keeping a tab on that. You know, you should understand that the timing.
I do wonder that maybe it's just one of those things where it's a pretty big buff, yeah. Sorry, pretty big nerf. God, I'm getting all my words wrong. In the meanwhile, though, Xcloud has found himself a death. Finally taken down in the middle for those egregious antics. Joda, though. Now the question is, are you going to be able to actually find these players in it? LNZ knows what's coming over his way, and he's unchecked, uncleared. Even goes fighting for more, and that's going to be a third collected up. Ecstasy's all alone, is not ready at all, especially with the AWP having tagged him up through the wall.
They tried to use those pistols as best they could, but those rifles leant over to B, and I mean, the setup there for LNZ is perfect.
Joko was met by a T-side Molotov deployed by the CTs as well, so he's not feeling too happy about that. That extra time does actually end up becoming a factor. Meanwhile, Xcloud's found by the lurk of Lucky, and now Lucky's going to continue forward. Nate is great, and LNZ should have an easy kill as a result, but now Lucky keeps it going, and Maka can trade before Lucky can be taken down by the swinging goose player. That's going to be only Youngster. Molotov in the meanwhile won't really do too much. Maka can get away safely. Xcloud can't say the same for him. That deep Molotov keeps him in an awkward position, and that'll be taken down. Sammy as well.
The way he dodges the flash, but instantly destroyed by Joko. And that should give up the round. Jota still trying to take these fights in through middle, but they were frequently losing those fights. I think that's one of the things that 3D Max has done a lot better job on here on Dust, is their spacing looks a lot better. They're finding trades if it's even necessary.
The only condiment they use is salt. They've never even heard of curry powder, let alone garam masala.
Okay, well,
gotta get the Pakistani out sometimes. For a goose pop, and it will be a re-execution out. Now they've got themselves the Avanga smokes going in as well. LNZ's back towards Goose. That might be unexpected, and with Sammy revealing position with a flashbang, that could be big. Meanwhile, Sammy peeks forward. I'm surprised he even gets one, but now LNZ actually flashed up at the same flash that kept Joko blind, but Joko recovers just a little bit faster.
now the question is, do you want to contest this? I mean, this game has been close enough as is. But being a man down, some teams would start to creep themselves away. Joko ripping off ahead of Xcloud, and at the moment, unfortunately, Jota was too far up long to really think about saving. Youngster as well caught on his retreat and getting spammed through those doors, and he's being pounded down. There is no escape.
He's retraded. LNZ puts himself in a position to try and fight off of a Goose. And now as the B-side hit comes forward, unless Youngster comes alive with a double kill from an MP9, which seems unlikely, but is now possible and very much executed with the help of LNZ. This is becoming a very dangerous round. Maka all alone, 2 players are low, but they swing out, and, well, Maka doesn't even find a single frag there. Meanwhile, though, Lucky finds himself a quick frag, but it is traded out with another peek. That's the piece I was talking about. Youngster, in the meanwhile, has had a piece of his mind taken away from him. Xcloud now looks to fight back, but the trades are good, and Samy's gonna keep it going for more. Flashbang inwards as well. Awkward throw, but that's still not gonna stop him. Sammy
Doesn't look likely. Lucky now out in the open, but they don't know for certain that Lucky's this low HP player, and Lucky still finds the headshot. Could have ended that half a lot more poorly. Xcloud still taking a lot of fights in through mid, and some of these were forced his way, but Maka is now ripping heads. 2 right back, and a man advantage found here for 3D Max, but they also cannot escape, so they'll just keep fighting forward, and they just keep popping heads. Right now, pistols are looking grand here for 3D Max. It has been CT pistols aplenty, and it's looking like that will maintain the case here on Dust 2. 3D Max some nice shots, and this time Maka shows up. Swinging wide, great nade from Joko, and these SMGs should just be able to lap up the rest of the kills, just going into the meat grinder, our Sangal.
Now, it's definitely one of those situations where now you're even purchasing up Eagles and Tech 9s and these P250s. It doesn't feel worth it at all, but maybe Xfloud can make them eat bullets and me eat my words. He knows that he's got a job to do over here, but LNC is the one to get a quick few shots in as well. Simi around the corner has the bomb as well. If he can get a quick frag over here, that could be big.
Yeah, it's a little unlucky there for Sami. Would have expected more. Joda does rip his head clean off, but he was on that 1 HP. And Joda getting a double as well. Exorcist distracted by Xfloud. Joda closing that gap, but the bomb in Joko's possession, and that SMG can be hyper mobile. He knows that Xfloud shouldn't have armor. He shouldn't have the equipment to really be able to deal with this, but it's all about whether or not Xfloud can escape with that package or not. He doesn't want to go close to that smoke. He's worried about getting spammed. And Joko firing a lot of warning shots, but Xfloud now has that package into the smoke on 6 bullets, but Joko is very aware of that one gap around the edge of the smoke.
They will still pull out their full buy. Sami. Arms go forward. Smoked off as well. Can't get the timing, and Exercise gets a spam. Very nicely done.
Gravity as well, pushing in through mid, and Exorcise. He's looking on the ground, and he pulls his crosshair away from Long, and Joda will capitalize.
In the meanwhile, Joda's going to be able to catch out Maka in this position as well. Joda's not going to realize that Maka wants to fight into him, though. Maka's pulling off his own Sami around. Repeaks on repeaks, and now only Youngster left does find the one, but now
a lot less work for them. Maka.
What? Maka moves
big
away.
miss. I mean, that seemed like that should have been an absolute sitter, but now they're going to try and collapse on the mid B, and Gravity, Joko trying to stand their ground. It's Joko that's still ripping heads.
LNZ Scout needs to get a quick headshot, and as they are starting to scale up, Xfloud misses everything. Sami, good for the one, and bomb can be planted. LNZ, however, is looked away, and that means the Scout will be taken down by XCs. Lucky, fighting back in. Some good headshots being hit by the P250 so far, I won't lie to you, but not really a world where they win the round.
But all of them may look like excuses when it really comes down to it. Sangal still heavily trailing. 3D Max is looking great coming into the second half. Joko this time unable to muster much of a defense. Some damage done, but that angle was not conducive to stopping them coming out of the tunnels. And Joda as well, covering the extremities and still serving as this lurk. This should just be a call to save here by 3D Max, but they do whittle it down back to a 3-on-4.
This is going to be a rough push to come forward. Marcus covering it off for XSCs. Flashbang's not going to do anything, and now XSCs can swing out again. Repeat from Maka is certainly possible, and, well, he's been giving it so far. Why would he stop now? The problem is it's Gravity that you're trying to find up into, and Gravity's just going for the straightforward jump spot. Good Molotov as well to try and funnel them back in towards the B doors, but they've gone right through the Molotov, and that's where Joko can shut him down. Joko and Gravity put Sami in a bit of a lonelier spot, and Sami now looking away. He doesn't realize he's got a man right next to him. He doesn't need to feel lonely at all. Sami, don't worry about it. We're all coming to give you a hug. A CT hug. Is it actually going to be an A-side hit, though? It does feel like you're only trying to put Joda into a position to try and fight into CT instead, but Joda is dead, and so are the rest of your players. 3D Max are knocking at 13, and honestly, they're practically already here. 4 versus 2, and at least Youngster can extend for a little while longer. Fights back, and that should be enough to guarantee a bomb plant.
There are 2 ops that are trying to train themselves on those doors to capitalize on this bomb not crossing, but they throw it over, but Sami's been dropped as Lucky peeks in, and this Youngster in a 1-on-3, 15 seconds, and waiting for 3D Max to make a mistake, but they will not give him an inch. They won't give him that space. They won't allow that territory. It is a 13-7 collection here from 3D Max, bouncing right back into our series and tying us up 1-1 apiece. Looking to bounce back is LNZ and that Sangal squad after losing to 3D Max's pick on Dust. 3D Max starting out this T side on Anubis with a very slow pace, just creeping their way in through mid, and they've got double player on either side of middle, but they'll already force back some aggression. Sangal have taken space through A main, but this will leave a vulnerability, but Joda's actually stopping them from pursuing or continuing over towards camera. They've got it down to a 3-on-5, but they can route straight towards Temple, and that's the sore spot. It's only Youngster in defense of that B bomb site, but he's already dealt with B main, so only worried about his flank now.
Yeah, it feels like he's going to be given assistance in time as well. Extra can just come in, and that is
Tech Knights at least make more sense than the double scout options that Sangal were going for. Joda, in the meanwhile, will be able to spot out Lucky, but Lucky actually adjusts in time. I'm more than a little bit surprised about that, and Youngster is putting himself in a very difficult position. Tech 9's close range can take you down, head armor or not, and LNZ will come through to provide a little bit more assistance, and crossfire established. Now we'll peek forward. Tech 9 still watching out for him, and in fact with the MP9 spraying him down as well, LNZ has to be very careful now. He can be taken down with a headshot from any range. Damage dealt is good, but kills can't be found. The CTs stay healthy. Chip chop chop going on around. That's the only way I can find the flashes. Honestly, Esha though should be having this easy peasy. Got a little bit of company over here from Sammy as well to make sure that you're going to be given assistance, and without Kevlar, the P side is really not finding much. 3D Max in 3 rounds have found 1 kill.
Subtract too many bullets, but into the reload, oh, they load the smoke, and Joda will make great use of it. Just running down Joko, that is a perfectly orchestrated play.
He doesn't want to escape. He wants to try and fight for more gravity around the corner. Will start to be forward. Joda could set himself up for a triple here if he just kept himself trained there. But now Maka waiting for Exorcise, gives Joda time to fight back. Joda. Now the question is 3D Max, who are trying to set up out for the A side hit. Are they going to be contested before they start to relay the bomb over? Well, yes they are.
All too much. 3 kills, all that 3D Max have to offer up so far, and here's Gravity with his 4th. So far, it's all going according to plan, but he finds more than just the one. Sammy does come in for the counter kill, but Gravity is on a heater, does so much damage to Sammy as well, and he's carved a path straight into this A play. This might finally come to fruition that 3D Max pull around together.
Oh, Sammy finds Gravity, and now that removes a lot of that mid-side aggression. I cannot believe that Maka moves forward while there's a Molotov on this side, so Sammy can't actually retreat anywhere either, so he would have to fight. Oh no.
They're throwing caution to the wind, but Sammy, he's the wind, and he's picking it right up. He's been quick on that AWP. 10-1 so far, and X-Floud stood as that firm defender on the A bomb side. Joko trying to pull this clutch together, but they are running right at him from those steps. Joko does find good timing around the pillar, but they're just ring around the Rosie consistently, but just eventually tracked down by Youngster. Keeping their eyes over towards Dark and those canals. Joko, Molotov forward, and not quite ready for the fight. They fight forward. They continue to push past it, and a descent out from middle to try and hunt down the trade. Maka even missing his shot on the AWP. This round has gone up in complete smoke. It's only Lucky with that bomb that runs in through middle, but he gets that player in the canals, and X-Floud trades so quickly.
Right Sangal have created weaknesses in 3D Max. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, they're showing strength.
Sammy's one of the players who've been flexing muscles all game long, and let's be honest, that's pretty much all of them. X-Floud as well just takes the peek forward for another multi-kill. Why not just have one every round from someone? There you go. Sangal's figured it out. Let's just get multi-kills on the CD side, easy.
We're out of the technical pauses. 3D Max in with a buy, but it's Galil's, an AK, and a MAC-10, and very little resources. They don't have any more follow-up smokes. They've been blocked completely on the attempted execute over it, but Gravity winning the duel versus Jota on the MAC-10 of all things may be a way that they can spark some interest back into this B play.
Need to try pop up in the smoke. Sammy not revealing his position for now. Flashbang through, and X-Cloud wants to fight. So does Youngster. Sammy, right in he goes. You asked for plays to be made, Michael, and it's time for him to do just that. Another kill found. He knows where Lucky is. The peaks never stop. And neither does Sangal's winning ways.
They are not anticipating Sangal to be proactive in these moments where there is this hesitation from that T side.
LNZ now trying to intercept the force spy. Pushing in, Exorcise has been found, and Sammy likely going to be coming through. The tag on the marker is surprising for me. I'm smoked off. Nate to pop that one open, and he wants to just try and delay while his teammates regroup with him. Joda has Sammy coming in from behind. First kill found. Lucky's all alone, and Lucky as well will follow. CT's getting aggressive in middle. Joko's been spotted out. Marcusin is trying to cover it off, but the shot's been missed, and LNZ refranks it out. And with another missed shot, Marcusin is not doing his teammates any favors. I don't know how. I do not know how that shot doesn't connect over there. I'll be honest with you. And Sangal are the ones trying to chuck them right back over, but another clean kill found, and they might start to go towards A. LNZ, however, already 2 kills, looking for the ace. Bomb's been dropped for free. Finds another one with a molly in his hand. LNZ might get it in the end, and we might still have our 1-1 situation. Molotov now forward. LNZ gets it done. Every kill looks so damn easy.
They want to show that they are a good team. They have to show it here and now.
Nice flashbang, actually, and as they're starting to go forward, Jodo's going to be completely blinded out by the counter flashes. CTs do pick themselves up a couple of kills, but Joko can't find a frag to save his life, and honestly, that's exactly what he needed to do. Meanwhile, LNZ continues to be omnipotent, and he will... Way. This could be a timing. CTs could be exploiting this one. 2 quick kills for the pistols, and now Youngster and company need to start pushing forward. The bomb can't make its way over. Youngster can't find a kill either. LNZ now in another position where...
Whistling in for a few tags himself. This actually is looking like it should shape up to be a 3D max round. LNZ, oh no.
Is there anything LNZ can do wrong in these clutch situations? Yes, there is. Okay, I have my answer. XSCs, he's got a simple plan over here as well. Lucky's behind him, and he is in front, and he wants to try and take fight. Spots out one. Youngsters traded. Lucky.
This was against the force buy of Sangal, but one where they had the most investment. A missed shot from xCloud, and Maka will push through to main as well.
And then meanwhile, this is also going to be nice for Lucky. He needs to start cleaning up a few of these kills. Does actually only get 1 for himself. And Joko as well, being dinked down by the Glocks, has to be careful. M4 pushes him away, and now XFCs is going to be in an awkward position. Gravity spotted out, and he's being very careful. XFCs is the one actually picking up frags. So. Deep flashbang. Lucky's going to be completely blinded out by it. xCloud can shut him down, make it look easy. Jodo potentially could push through into B and get a lot of info. Flash goes awry, but XSCs doesn't care. Gets the kill anyway. XSCs finds himself 1 though, and the flank coming in. Sami's going to be incredibly important. Picks up Maka. Does he realize there's more coming his way? Yes, he does. XSCs spotted, but another Molotov from the CTs just trying to disrupt, but it's not going to happen, not going to work. 13-4. Sangal's dominance was never doubted. It was only a question of how much longer 3D Max could have survived.